Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Saturday the 20th of June 2026, the year of Green Wix and BSV Terranode in the mix. Branch of threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Here we go. Okay, so some posts to go through here. Merlin the trader said Ethereum has a money problem nobody saw coming. Oh, you know, some juicy stuff going on there. And apparently every country is in debt. To who is the money owed? Is what people are asking. We all know what's going on. It's a complete fraud. I thought this was funny. There's a post here from Diddy. I actually interviewed him years ago. Sold his house for 100 Bitcoin in 2017. And it just goes through sort of like what he's worth now, going up and down. Again, he's kind of like telling everybody to hodl. He's like, don't worry about it. You know, price go up, number go down. Blah, 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 blah is what he's saying. You know, look at me. Look at how much I'm worth. Well, you know, look how much Son Michael Saylor's going to be worth, mate. You're going to be following in his footsteps quite soon, unfortunately. Quick look on Tree Chat about how there are no limits on video size, but they only subsidize things up to 1 megabyte to get written on chain. And also you can change the amounts you get tipped for your posts, which is great. You can change them with the smiley face on the bottom of your posts, and it makes the change to all of your profiles. So Tree Chats get more, you get more, everybody gets more. Great stuff. Got a post here from Trevor Phillips that we'll go through because this is where the world is heading. And then we'll finish with some 365 days of Bitcoin history. Right, let's get to it.
Craig says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. He's acclaiming his legacy, you'll surely see.
All right, so this first one here, I've said cross-dressing cannibals is exactly where they're directing and pushing the UK. If people don't wake up, this is a shocking documentary, this one. So this one was actually called Hell on Earth, the Cannibal Warlords of Liberia, full documentary. The African nation of Liberia was built by former African slaves and has an average IQ of just 45, far below the threshold for mental retardation. Violence, rape, corruption, and every type of crime imaginable is rampant there, just like the majority of Africa. Aid shipments from the UN and the West are the only thing keeping Liberia from plunging into starvation, and all of them dying off, also like the majority of Africa. I mean, literally, they're talking about cross-dressing cannibal. I mean, it's absolutely dire, but this is where the world is heading if we don't wake up. Have a listen.
So is that why your nickname was General Butt Naked?
Yes, because I was naked, because I fought naked.
A lot of people would drink or do drugs before fighting?
Yeah, most of my boys.
Yeah.
Then we drain the blood from the innocent child and drink it before going to battle.
So you kill the child?
Yes.
And then drink the blood?
Yeah.
I left it up on the topper, I'm gonna eat it. Lieutenant General, hot. Let's go, you eat it.
So what kind of war is this? Gorilla?
World War II.
It's World War III.
We here at Vice have been fascinated by Liberia for a long time. It's America's first and only foray into quasi-colonialism in Africa. It started as a Back to Africa movement for freed slaves. In fact, the Constitution was written in Washington, and Monrovia, the capital city of Liberia, is actually named after President Monroe, and it became a state in the 1840s. So the freed slaves go back to Africa and promptly enslave the native Africans based on the plantation method they had learned in the US, which lasts for about 140 years until Samuel K. Doe, the first native African-born Liberian, was elected. But this doesn't last very long. Why? Because an American-educated, and some would say American-backed, rebel leader named Charles Taylor and his buddy Prince Johnson came from America and overthrew him.
We are not a military group here. I'm not a soldier. What we seek to do is to destroy these military dictatorships around Africa. And that's that Charles Taylor virus. If the civilians can throw out the army, wow, we are in trouble. Well, I love it. We will fight to the last man. I will get weapons from wherever I have to get it. If the Pentagon's got some, please give me some.
Despite reports that the government wants talks with the rebels, the violence goes on.
The government and people of this country assure you that the armed forces will protect them and that the rebel will soon be eliminated.
Rebel forces stormed into the center of the capital today. They are now less than a mile from the executive mansion where President Samuel Doe has barricaded himself with about 500 soldiers.
In fact, Prince Johnson, who got to Doe before his buddy Charles, ended up torturing him, cutting him up, and is rumored to have eaten him while filming the whole thing. So Charles Taylor finally gets elected with a campaign slogan that reads, "He killed my ma, he killed my pa, but I'll still vote for him." And it works. He gets elected. But he's so corrupt that soon after, there's a bunch of warlords fighting for control over Liberia, the country devolves into civil war, and things go from bad to severely fucked up.
I know somebody who want to kill me. If I grab you, I will eat you raw.
But this is like a civil war on steroids. It's a post-apocalyptic Armageddon with child soldiers smoking heroin, cross-dressing cannibals, systematic rape. It's total hell on earth.
And this is exactly what they want. This is exactly what they want to fulfill their religious agenda, creating hell on earth. Literally, cross-dressing cannibals. And they might not have infrastructure, they might not have food, but they've got weapons, all they need. Where do they come from? I can tell you, arms are not cheap. And yet they've got more ammunition than they have food. You know, who's funding them is the question. Because whoever it is that's funding them wants this. And Bitcoin is the only way out. Like, jeepers. People need to wake up. You know, it's same people that are doing this and all this kind of stuff. And Bridget Fertzig here was just going on about how, you know, Rockefeller's protege was saying it's now easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control 1 million people. Whereas beforehand, he was saying it used to be easier to control 1 million people than it was to kill. That's now reversed. Nice one, mate. Yeah. Lovely conversation, that. Another one, UNN, the Unity News Network's Andy Burnham in 2015 Labour leadership election. Quotes here saying, the first country I will visit if elected is Israel. Yeah, nice one, mate. Okay. Check this one out. Onto crypto. So Merlin the Trader said here, Ethereum has a money problem nobody saw coming. A former the EF insider just warned core development could hit a funding crisis in 3 to 9 months. The program that paid the client teams expired in April. No replacement. The foundation is cutting its own spending from 15% to 5%. And today a second director walked out. $30 million a year keeps Ethereum running. Right now, nobody's sure where it comes from. Would you believe it? $30 million a year keeps Ethereum running and no one knows where it's come from. Just in the same way that nobody knows where the people in Africa and Liberia get their arms from. The same people. Let's see what Vitalik's got to say. Oh, okay. That's just him chatting shit. But yeah, look at that. $30 million a year keeps Ethereum running. And no one knows where it comes from. What an absolute piss take that is. More piss take here. So this Mario NZA said here, watch Norwegian kindergartens are now organising mini LGBTQ parades for toddlers. This is sick on so many levels, yeah. Grooming children is what it is, but that's what's coming. That is what's coming. And, you know, no one knows where Ethereum gets $30 million a year from, and no one knows where Liberia gets their arms from. And also, no one knows who these countries are in debt to. Have a listen to this.
Have you ever wondered something strange? Every country in the world seems to be in debt. America owes over $36 trillion. That's a huge number. China owes more than $18 trillion. Even Europe, Japan and India owe huge amounts of money. Every country is borrowing, every country is lending, and somehow the world is now $300 trillion in debt. So here's the question. If everyone owes money, then who are they actually paying it to? Who's collecting all this money? And how can the entire planet be in debt at the same time? It's a really simple question, but one with a surprisingly complicated answer. Let's start with the world's biggest borrower, the United States. Out of the $36 trillion that America owes, about $26 trillion is actually owed to Americans themselves. Yes, you heard that right. The US government borrows from its own citizens, banks and pension funds through something called treasury bonds. Foreign countries hold only around $7 trillion of US debt. China owns about $750 billion. Japan holds roughly $1.1 trillion, and the rest is spread across nations like the UK, Switzerland and Saudi Arabia. So in reality, most of America's debt is not to China, it is to its own people. Now let's flip the map. China might be lending to the US, but it's also drowning in debt itself. Chinese government, companies and local provinces owe a combined $18 trillion.
Yeah, I've heard enough. It's all bullshit. It's securities fraud on securities fraud on securities fraud. It's all fraud. It's just like, a fugazi, a clever accounting trick. Oh no, don't look here, look over there. Oh no, don't look over there, look over here. Oh no, don't look at us, look at them. Oh no, don't look at them, look at us. It's just absolute bullshit. It's so stupid when you think about it. Oh, so it's in debt to its own people. So if you're in debt to its own people, why are you taxing their people so they can't even live? It's so ridiculous. And the reason is people are unaware of the difference between money and currency. That's literally what it all comes down to. If you knew the difference between money and currency, you would see that there is no debt, because you can't be in debt to something that has got no substance. Now, as in like no economic value behind it. SEC versus W.J. Howie Co. 1946. It's absolute bullshit. There is one entity controlling all of this, making everybody's lives an absolute misery, and we know who it is. Yeah, we do. But one person who seems to be enjoying himself at the moment, although I would probably warn him not to enjoy himself too much, is this guy, Diddy T, too. I've actually interviewed him, seems like a good guy. But, well, I can't remember the question that I asked him. He didn't know the difference between SegWit and something else. And I was just like, mate, really? Like, you're going around promoting BTC, and you don't know the difference, between a SegWit transaction and a Bitcoin transaction. You just didn't know the difference. It was just, the level of ignorance is unbelievable. I mean, I think he's a good bloke and all that, but, let's see what he says here. So he said, sold house for 100 Bitcoin, 2017. Bitcoin price then was $4,300, so net worth was 430k. Here we go.
I am lost.
December net worth was 2 million, fair play. 2018 net worth 1.7 million. 2019 net worth 340k, also he's saying basically it went down. 2019 June net worth 1.3 million. 2020 net worth 4.97k, so sort of back to where he started. 2020 net worth 2.9 million, shot up a lot there. 2021 2.9 million. 2021 6.8 million. 2022 4.8 million, loving that, isn't he? 2022 net worth 1.5 million. 2023 1.6 million. 2023 4.4 million. 2024 3.8 million. 2024 10.8 million. 2025 7.4 million. May 2025 12.6 million. January 2026 9.7 million. Net worth today is 6.3 million, and that's just from 100 BTC. You know, how many people out there do you know that have got more than 100 BSV? I'd say a lot. A lot. You know, keep stacking, people. Keep stacking. This guy has no idea what he's done, or no idea what they've done to BTC. They're not holding any genuine Bitcoin. Oof. Oof. Check this out, though. Metameter said here, there's no limit on video size, but we only subsidize things up to 1 megabyte to get written on chain. It used to be more, but then the miners 100x their fees and we had to put caps on it. We're working on letting users pay to write more data to chain. I'm looking forward to that, putting more videos up. He also said you can change the default amount and send one-off amounts in the reaction menu by clicking the smiley face, which is down here. So you can actually change how much you send, because at the moment people are just sending what, 1/10 of a cent. You know, it's nothing. We used to get loads more on Twitch, loads more, literally. You know, but you can actually change it here. So you know, I'd probably recommend people asking for maybe like 10 cents. It's like 8p a post. You know, put something interesting up there. That'd be pretty good. So yeah, loving that. You know, people get more, content creators get more, the platform gets more. That's what I would say. And like, yeah, 8 cents for people. Like, I mean, you can reply to them saying good post. You don't necessarily have to tip them, but you know, with the amount of research people do, really good quality research, I'd say it's worth doing that. Let's just move on to this clip here with Trevor Phillips I was trying to find. Here we go. Have a listen to this.
Hero. So yeah, so Labour has to, the government and the Labour Party has to repent and reject New Labour as an alien body that took over the party, and this is where it leads. Okay. Perversion and paedophilia.
There we go. He knows where it leads. Perversion and paedophilia. And that's after they've absolutely, completely and utterly annihilated the country and turned everybody into cross-dressing cannibals. That's what they want, and that's what I'm trying to stop by educating people on Bitcoin. And educating people on Bitcoin, check this out. On the 20th of June, 2021, Peter McCormack interviewed Nayib Bukele. I wonder if they still got this. I remember this. Look, he turned up in like a Metallica t-shirt and ripped jeans. Like, you know, and then Nayib Bukele's there just like with a cap on. Like, what an absolute piss take. But anyway, that's the world we live in. Right, it's a 17-minute show. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be away, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
I understand.
Do you?
Do you? This is it. I'm telling you, this is it.
The king still has one more move.